Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Monday movie talk. This is episode 5, and today I'm not joined by either of my co-hosts. Andy and Kenny are absent today. Andy, obviously, as I've mentioned in a previous live stream, has dropped down to doing every other week now, so he'll be back next week. And Kenny's had some technical problems this evening, so he won't be able to join us this evening. But we will have hopefully a couple of guests popping up at some point in the stream. I'll keep them a surprise because I don't know when they're going to appear or if and how long they're going to be on for. But yeah, so to start with, it's just me on my own. So if you want to send in any comments, please do. And yeah, we'll get on to my recent watches as well. We'll start with that. We'll just see how the stream goes. I then plan on finishing off talking about the rest of De Niro's career. Didn't get to finish that last week. Then might do some physical media recommendations, see how we get on. And then the main topic today is doing a deep dive into Christopher Walken, which you may have guessed from this week's title. And then to wrap it all off, we'll do a movie news roundup. If we, of course, get the chance, we should just see how everything goes today. I shall start with, I'll go back because I haven't done a weekly watches, so I'll just talk about everything I've sort of watched since I went live last, because I don't think I've mentioned anything since I was on the last live stream. So I started off by watching Mean Streets, Scorsese's sort of, don't know if it was his breakthrough film, but certainly De Niro and probably even Harvey Keitel's breakthrough films. And I thought it was okay. It wasn't what I sort of expected it to be. Obviously, you can everyone gets their start somewhere, and you kind of have to. You're not going to always start off with a massive bang. Now, it's just my first watch, so I may, grow to like it on a rewatch. I'm definitely not counting it out. I will be keeping it, and I will give it another watch in due course. Because I didn't hate it. I just found it quite slow. It shot very darkly, so found it difficult to see things all of the time. It definitely felt more of like a early, like student-esque sort of film from Scorsese, but it was all right. Definitely on the lower end of Scorsese films for me at the moment, but he's such a great director, so that's still an all right film. I then watched The Devil Wears Prada 2. Wasn't huge on the first one. It's okay. I watched it more for Meryl Streep than anything else. So yeah, I chucked The Devil Wears Prada 2 on, and I actually really enjoyed that. I actually gave that 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. So yeah, decent sequel, pretty much the same as the original. I don't know why. Caught me on a good day, so I enjoyed it a bit more. And here is our first guest of the evening. It's Pete. Hello, Pete. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good. Just going through some recent watches.
Oh God,
Not watched much.
last month I clocked in at 37 movies.
Oh wow, a lot.
Yeah.
Then. Just turn it up a bit. There you go. That's a bit better. But yeah, I said I've watched I watched Mean Streets for the first time.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't. Carlos said the same thing to me when I spoke to him about it. He said it's at the age that I am watching it for the first time. I think I was expecting something different, and it's very much not like most of Scorsese's other films. It's not like a big film. It's a very small film. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't like really dislike it. It's just I think I went in with certain expectations that I probably shouldn't have gone in with, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I had hoped I would.
That's fair. I mean, I'm
So,
not a fan of it, so.
oh yeah, I just thought it's very dark. I don't know what Jim will say to that, but it's
It's shit. Move on.
well, Mean Streets.
Oh, I don't know. I came in and you said, I don't know what Jim will say, so that's what Jim would say.
Yeah, well, no, because me and Pete are basically sort of in agreement. We're not a big fan of Mean Streets.
I respect it more than I like it.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's
right.
very important in the filmography of Scorsese and De Niro and Harvey Keitel for sure.
Yeah,
but it's one of those movies that I own just because it looks good on my shelf. It's not something that I go back to.
Yeah.
So, hello, Pete. How are you, buddy?
Yeah,
I'm good, Jim. How are you doing?
Thank you for your kind words on the
you're welcome,
video
mate.
for
You're
my
welcome.
mom, by the way. I appreciate that. So,
nice.
Where's your other partner in crime?
His internet's going to be down tonight.
Really?
Yeah, he messaged me about an hour ago, and he said his internet he said someone's told him that his internet's going to be down, so he won't be able to make the stream. So
they must have found out some of the videos he was downloading on the dark web. Meatball sub porn. See, if his internet's down, I can say that shit because he can't watch it.
But he you never know. He may watch it back.
Yeah, but by then it's too late. So
True. I was saying I watched The Devil Wears Prada 2, which it was all right. I wasn't a big fan of the first one, but I don't know whether it was just the mood I was in when I watched it. But this one, it was entertaining for what it was. It's not like, it's definitely more of a girly film. It's just about fashion, really. But I mean, it's worth watching. For me, it's worth watching for Tucci and Meryl Streep, because
I know you're all about Meryl Streep. So.
Yeah, and that's just an iconic character of hers as well. So to see her to return to it. So
I never saw the first one, to be honest. So I'm sure it's a fine movie. It doesn't interest me.
I then watched Reminders of Him, which is another it's like a chick flick.
Another one that I have
not for you, Jim. I liked it. It was quite depressing, but
there's that.
I thought it was all right. It was. It's just one of those. Colleen Hoover, who did It Ends With Us.
I'm aware of it. I've never seen it.
Blake Lively one. Yeah, it's the same author, so it's very sort of sloppy, romantic.
Yeah, that's not my genre.
Not your thing. Yeah.
So,
no.
I don't disparage you for enjoying it, because again, they're very popular. It's just
one that I'm sure probably both of you really like, Boat Trip.
I hated Boat Trip when I saw
it.
Did you?
Piece of shit. I told you that when you told me you were going to watch it.
It was Andy that put me onto it.
Yeah, I know.
Andy just described the one scene where she asks him to show her how she performs on a man, and he says, "Well, why don't you show me how you do it?" So she starts doing it, and the next minute it cuts to him with window, jizzing out the window, and it lands on Roger Moore's partner's head.
Lovely. I put that whole movie out of my head, to be honest. So
it's another example of one of those films that it feels like an acid trip, just because you're watching James Bond talking gay shit for an hour and a half. It's just like the things that were coming out of his mouth. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't. I remember Cuba Gooding Jr.'s in that movie.
Yeah,
literally the only thing.
It's one of those films early noughties.
I did not like it at all.
It's one of those early noughties films that there were a lot of that are just really
it came out around the same time as Soul Plane, because we had both of them at that shitty theater that I worked at, and I didn't watch one of them. I was just like, fuck that shit. So yeah,
might have a better one next. Cobra.
Cobra's is better.
Yeah, I liked that. That was good. Very dark.
Enjoyable.
Brutal. Yeah.
Okay. You're a younger generation. I'll ask you. Get your perspective on this. You just watched it, so it should be fresh in your mind. The most implausible thing in that movie? Why? Can you explain? Why does he eat pizza by cutting a little tiny piece off with his pair of scissors throws the rest in a box, and then just sits there and cleans his gun while he eats that little tiny corner of pizza. Have you ever seen anybody do that?
No, that's barbaric.
For 40 fucking years, I've been trying to find out why.
Yeah. Someone does, because someone wrote it in the script. So
it's because the point of the pizza slice dries up before the rest of the slice, so he cuts that bit off.
But that's the part that he eats. And again, why don't you just take a bite off of it and throw the rest of it? It makes no sense. None.
I thought he cut off the tip and ate the rest of it. Just eats the tip.
No, he throws the rest in there and eats the tip. He doesn't even really eat it. He just kind of, starts playing with his gun and watching the news and getting his nipples hard, looking for the next racial hate crime that he can commit down with the neighbors.
Yeah. That is one film, though. That's a film that they couldn't make now. That's for sure.
Well, they remade it in 1993.
Yeah, but even back then, they could still get away with a lot of stuff that you couldn't get away with now.
Yeah.
That was originally supposed to be Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, what the fuck,
See, if you watch Fair Game, which is the remake of it,
Yes.
well, it's another adaptation of the same story.
It's the worst.
Fair Game feels more like a Beverly Hills Cop movie than it does an adaptation of the same story from Cobra.
Yeah, because it's unironically funny.
It's fucking awful.
I know, that's why. You got one of the Baldwin boys and Cindy Crawford. I mean, that's some star
Cindy
power.
Crawford playing a lawyer.
Gosh.
It's almost as good as Denise Richards playing a nuclear physicist or whatever in the Bond.
Yeah.
Hey, you leave Dr. Christmas Jones alone.
Greatest name ever. Greatest name ever.
I then watched Dick.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Big heaping helping a dick. How was it?
That was fun. It was fun to watch that. And not a dick in sight.
Yep.
Well, only Big Dick.
Yeah, Big Dick.
Big Dick. Yeah,
I've
that was
seen
fun.
that movie. I don't remember it, but I know
It's the best thing about that probably is the soundtrack, because it's a proper 70s soundtrack.
Yeah.
But they're both really good in it. Dan Hedaya as Nixon, does what you would expect him to do, like for a comedic take on the character, on him. He does it well.
I'm sorry. When you brought up Dan Hedaya, I just immediately thought that's one hairy man. And
He's so hairy.
Dick, so he's Harry Dick.
Harry Dick. Yeah, he plays Harry Dick. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's I think the funniest part of that film, though, is the whole thing with Bob Woodward and whatever the other guy's name was.
Bernstein, Carl Bernstein.
Yeah. The way the film opens with Will Ferrell, and just the whole shtick between them every time they pop up is just like.
Yeah, that's one that I need to
Stupid.
rewatch. I haven't seen that since it came out.
It's such a stupid comedy, but it works. It is funny, and it's just like, because no one knows for 100% who Deep Throat was, or they didn't for sure back when that film was made.
Linda
You
Lovelace.
can just play with it.
Yeah.
Linda Lovelace. That's common knowledge.
I mean, your name's in the credits.
Linda Lovelace. Oh,
Yeah.
No, the person.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I then went and watched a cop thriller called The Son of No One. I don't know if any of you.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, and Pacino, Ray Liotta. It was all right. I was going into it sort of expecting sort of a crappy one-time watch, but it pulled together not quite nicely towards the end. And the only thing I'll say for it is, considering Pacino is on the front of the cover, he is heavily involved in the trailer. He's not in it a lot at all.
Right.
And I wanted more of him. I wanted him to give more of his but he doesn't. But he doesn't really do that. So, but it was fun for what it was. It was a decent like sort of cop thriller. It just annoyed me a bit because it just kept flipping backwards and forwards like every 5 minutes from like the 80s to when the film was set. It's just that did annoy me a bit because it's just constantly flipping backwards and forwards. But
I put that one on for my mom once in the peripheral, so I know I've kind of seen it, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Oh, Kenny's already added it to his list because it's got Juliette Binoche in it.
Oh, there you go.
I think I messaged Kenny. I said I'm watching a film with Juliette Binoche. Not even a minute later, he said, "What's it called?" And I think I sent him the trailer, and he's like, "I've added it to my list." Wouldn't surprise me if he's seen it already by now.
I remember that movie.
It's delightful.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what I watched next, an underrated film that I thought was another one that I thought was going to be like a throwaway sort of, because it was one that I remember being in Poundland and all that all the time, going like really cheap everywhere. So I thought, it's probably just going to be a load of crap. It's called Red Lights with Cillian Murphy, Sigourney Weaver, and Robert De Niro. That's creepy.
I don't remember it.
It's creepy. And it is, I would say, in that order, is because the way the film starts, you think that Sigourney Weaver is going to be the lead, but she's not. It's a Cillian Murphy film, and there's a twist at the end, and the twist is really good. But it's really creepy. It's all about like they're paranormal like debunkers. They're like professors they're renowned, and they go around basically debunking these paranormal events. So Sigourney Weaver's like the main professor, and he's like her assistant. And this famed physicist played by De Niro, who sort of disappeared 30 years ago because one of his like skeptics died like of a heart attack in the show. So he just disappeared, and he's coming back, and he's like blind, and it's really good.
Blu-ray cover now.
Yeah, it is good. You wouldn't see where it's going. Like the end, it's a good underrated sort of psychological thriller. It's definitely got some horror aspects to it because there's just some really creepy stuff that like it's not one of those films that just chucks in jump scares for the sake of it. It's just really eerie. Like you just don't know what's going to happen next. It's just really creepy the way the film looks and just the places that the characters go. It's like it's good. It's worth a watch. I would recommend it. I then watched. Jim's going to laugh at this. I then watched my film of the year so far. The Sheep Detectives.
Alrighty then.
I will say
a kids movie. It's fine. I'm not picking on the movie. It's a family movie.
It's Babe for this generation.
Yeah, it's a family movie.
But I was expecting to go in and watch it and it would be like a really kiddified movie. And it's not. It's got quite a lot of adult humor in it, and it's just one of those it's very heartwarming, just a story. And although on paper, when you read the story, it sounds absolutely stupid, it really works. And you do get invested with these sheep and what's going to happen to them. I kid you not, there is one scene, and I wouldn't say it's as bad as Marley and Me, but I guarantee you it's one of those scenes. It's one of those scenes that is going to get clipped. You know when they do WatchMojo.com do top 10 most heartbreaking deaths in movies, I guarantee you in 10 years time that it will probably make the list because it's one of those. It's a character.
It's the one that's going to traumatize a whole new generation.
It will. It's like a Watership Down type thing.
Bambi for us.
Yeah.
My generation. And Water Down, absolutely. That movie fucked me up, man.
But yeah, I was just I was in bits. And the ending is one of those endings where you do get tears in your eyes, but just happiness because it's just this really nice ending. It was really nice. It was, yeah, I was really, really surprised. And because I enjoyed it so much, that's why it's at the top for me, because it's just one of those, like, out of all the films that I've seen so far this year, it's the one that I would want to go back to the most. Like, I'd go and watch that again this weekend because I just had so much fun with it.
Cool.
I then watched another Pacino film, and he was the lead in this one, and it's called Simone.
You've seen that one? I've seen and don't remember. That's with the AI girl or robot girl or something. Yeah.
That was good. I enjoyed that. It was, don't want to say ahead of its time. Well, I suppose it was a bit with AI and all that being used in films. Like the way that he uses AI, like it's very well done. It's a very well done film. It's clever, but it's also funny the way he does it, because obviously he's got to try and keep it a secret from the whole world and everybody. Like, he's literally the only person that knows, and it's just the stuff that he has to do to, like, cover his tracks. That's the funny bits. It's just there are some really funny bits in it, like
backing out with less dancing.
Yeah, but you know what? And it says on the cover, and I would sort of put it akin to this. It's the Truman Show-esque. It's got like sort of the spirit of that film, but with sort of a different focus.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean, like,
yeah, because she doesn't know if she's real or not or whatever, right? Is that what the gist is?
Well, no, it's just like the more big she becomes, the more well known she becomes, and the more people that, because she's obviously nobody's ever met her because she's obviously not real. The more he gets involved with it, and the more it starts to take over his life, and it is like she is actually becoming a real person. He is sort of, she's taken on like what everyone's afraid AI will do. She's starting to like think for herself. That sort of thing. That sort of thing.
Gotcha.
It's good.
I know I've seen it. I have no recollection of it at all.
And it was directed by Andrew Niccol, who did Gattaca. It was, I think, his film after Gattaca.
2001.
Lord of War.
No, that was after.
So, I like that guy.
He's good. He's just done.
Gattaca's fucking awesome.
He's just done the sequel, Lords of War.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Jared Leto won't be in this one.
No. Yeah, that is one good thing. Yeah.
And he wasn't bad in the first one. I'm sorry. I know you don't like that guy. He's decent in that movie.
Yeah, he's not bad, but at the end of the day, he's not the lead in that film.
Exactly.
Nick Cage is the lead, so.
Yeah.
But I think I've got, like, because didn't he do, there's that one with Ethan Hawke, Good Kill, about the drones. He did that one as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's got an animated film coming out as well that he's finished filming.
Yeah. Gattaca, though, is really...
I need to watch that.
That's an awesome movie. That's a really, really good movie.
Yeah. I then watched Killing Season with Travolta and De Niro. That was fun.
I've seen the picture for it on Prime or whatever, but I never watched it.
It's one of those films, like...
When I watched your video the other day, Ollie, and you were saying you wanted to get more into Robert De Niro movies, you chose all the bad Robert De Niro movies.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of bad ones over the last 2 weeks. I've put myself through a lot of bad De Niro films, like
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I've watched Hide and Seek, which was atrocious. I've watched 15 Minutes, which was abysmal.
Yeah.
I've not picked the good ones, that's for sure. But I'm just getting through the ones that I've got at the moment, and then I'll buy some, because the really good ones, like the big one that I haven't seen is Midnight Run, but that's
you gotta watch that. Put that at the top of your list right now. I'm telling you.
I will get it. I'm gonna get it because when Sam comes down for my birthday, when we go to HMV, I am gonna get that because I do really want to watch that.
That to me is like almost a perfect movie. It's so good. So.
Yeah, but Killing Season, it, like Pete says, it's not a very good film, but I was entertained by it. You know, I was entertained by it for an hour and a half. It entertained me. I mean, Travolta's got a very questionable accent, and
no, when we played the Russian.
I don't know what he's trying to play. His accent is
Serbian or something.
He's got this weird beard thing going on with it.
I'll tell you what. This isn't a spoiler because it is, but it's like you say, it's a shitty film from a long time ago. There's a scene where De Niro shoots an arrow at Travolta and it goes through his cheek and into the door. That had me wincing. That was pretty. There are some bits like that. There's a bit where Travolta shoots De Niro with an arrow and then he makes him pull a silver rod through the hole that he's just pulled the arrow out of, and it's got a rope attached to it, and he literally hangs him from his calf muscle, and it's brutal. There are bits in it like that I'm like, oh my god. But a lot of it's just De Niro just running around. That is a lot of the film. He's literally just running around. But I
remember watching that because it's directed by someone. Yeah, Mark Steven Johnson, who did Daredevil and the first Ghost Rider. I was like, that could be interesting, and I watched it, and it was bad.
Yeah.
Emil Kovac.
Yeah.
Travolta's character.
Oh my god, it's a bit stupid, the plot, when you look at it, because why would you hold a grudge for that long to then travel to America to kill a now old man that lives on his own, that is actually being nice to you? And then in the end, they just decide, oh, we all did bad things in the war. Let's forgive and forget. And that's how the film ends. And they just sit on a cliff chatting to each other. That's how the film ends. They don't kill. Nobody
tortured you.
literally, I don't think anybody actually dies. Well, except for in the war bits, nobody actually dies.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so
yeah.
Judging from what you guys are saying, chances are I won't. So
yeah, I then did a Sammy G special watch along.
Oh no!
Which was basically just 2 hours of Sam chatting. Joking. But we watched 20th Century Woman, which is a Mike Mills film with Annette Bening. It's Annette Bening, Billy Crudup, and Elle Fanning, set in the late 70s, and it's basically about all these women who are in this young boy's life. Like Annette Bening plays his mother. You got Elle Fanning, who's his friend. Greta Gerwig plays like the room. She shares the house or whatever. It's just like a coming of age sort of film of the 70s, just showing like what the 70s was like a piece of the 70s, if you will, like that sort of thing. I thought it was all right. I liked it. Sam really liked it. Sam was pulling faces throughout, so that shows that he enjoyed it. And then I watched another Pacino film called Manglehorn.
Never heard of that one.
I've heard of that one.
Directed by David Gordon Green.
Okay, I know who he is, but
and he basically plays a locksmith who has his cat Fanny. Yes, that's right. His cat is called Fanny. Yes. It's one of those like a character study. There's not really a story. It's following him in his life. Basically, what he does in his life, like he goes to the bank once a week to give them to whatever, cash in money, and he has like small conversations with Holly Hunter's character, and then he asks her out on a date. But then it's like his life's sort of turning into shit. Like as the film goes on, he's got a son who's like sort of looks down on him, I suppose, as like got really is played by Chris Messina, and it was all right. It's not like a riveting film. I watched it more for Pacino, and Pacino's good in it. It was average. I gave it 3 stars. It was average. It was all right, but it's not one that you would go back to very often because it's just there's no story to it really. It's just a character's life. I then rewatched a childhood favorite of mine, which was Year One, which I know it's not a great film, but it's because I grew up with it. It was I think one of the first 15 films I had, one of the first DVDs I remember having, to be fair. And I used to watch it on repeat, and I hadn't seen it in years, so I thought I picked up the Blu-ray and I thought I'd just give it a watch. And like, it's one of those things, like when you watch a film that you haven't seen since like your childhood, and like even the tiniest things, from like the music on the play menu, as soon as that came up, I was like, that brings me back, like just hearing that music. And then throughout, you like watching bits, and like it brought me back watching it. Like, it's one of those films, like, because I used to watch it so much, and it's been so long since I watched it, I couldn't remember everything about it. But like, and probably because I was a bit too young, pretty much a lot of the jokes went over my head. But obviously this time, because there's a lot of like stuff that I probably shouldn't have been watching at that age, but I didn't get, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I enjoyed it on a rewatch. It held up for me. I'm glad I went back to it. I don't know, have you guys seen that one?
Yeah, I'm not a
long time ago.
I'm not a fan, but you know what? It's fine because, like you said, it's one of your childhood movies.
Yeah,
I got a movie just like that, similar in plot, called Caveman, with Ringo Starr, and it's a horrible movie. It's a horrible fucking movie. I love it because I saw it when I was a child, and whenever I see it once every 10 years on cable or whatever, I'll flick channels and I'll come across it. I do. The music, all that stuff, like you said, it brings me back to being a kid watching it. So from that perspective, I'll always like that movie, but I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, you know, unless they're really high, you know, so.
Yeah. But and then the last film I watched, which I watched last night, was Killer Elite. Not the Killer.
I like the Killer Elite.
Not the original one. The original one. It's not. Everyone was, or someone told me it was a remake, but it's not a remake at all.
No,
it's based on a book by Ranulph Fiennes, who actually is portrayed in the film. And it's like, I didn't know going into it really what it was, but it's really interesting because obviously it is sort of, I don't want to use the words based on a true story because of the nature of it, you don't know how much of it actually is true, because a lot of the stuff probably was redacted or people filled in some blanks and stuff. But it was an interesting film, and I didn't realize it was set when it was set either in the 80s, so that was good because I love films set in the 80s. It was a fun action film, and again, De Niro isn't the lead in it, but what he was in was good, and Statham's good, so Clive Owen's good in it as well.
Yeah, it's got Dominic Purcell in it, and
someone
else in it as well.
Yes,
I remember that being pretty decent. I've got that on Blu-ray somewhere. I think it's in a box.
Yeah, it's another one. It was like a cheap Blu-ray pickup, like £2-3. So I thought I vaguely remember watching the start of it before, but I knew I'd never watched it all the way through. So I thought, I do quite like Statham, and I've been watching a lot of De Niro films, so I thought I'd choose that one. I think the next one, De Niro film I've got to watch is Stanley and Iris, which Carlos said that was all right. So, but yeah, that's everything that I've sort of watched in the last week or so. Pete, do you want to go next?
Right, I'm just going to speed through these because I watched loads. So I'm going to go from the start of April, which the first film I watched on April the 5th. I watched Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. I watched Avatar, Fire and Ash, The Wizard, Project Hail Mary, The Martian, Drive Me Crazy, ISS, Journey to the Center of the Earth from 1977, awful movie. Journey from the Center of the Earth, 1959, fantastic movie. I watched Mike and Nick and Alice, which was really fun. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Beyond the Time Barrier, Space Probe Taurus, Angry Red Planet, Fifth Element, Apollo 13, Interstellar, King Kong, the Peter Jackson version, Predator Badlands. It's not a Predator movie, it's a kids movie.
It's entertaining as hell, though.
Planet of the Apes, the original. Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Then I watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which I enjoyed. It was okay. Then I watched Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Absolutely stunning movie, but it's shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I summed it up when I watched it.
Honestly, visually,
I was afraid you were going to say absolute stunning movie. I loved it. I was going to be like, that movie's a piece of shit.
Visually, Luc Besson is a genius.
Oh yeah,
narratively, he can't write shit.
Yep.
Then I watched all 3 Lord of the Rings extended versions in a day.
Wow, nice.
Escape from Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and War for the Planet of the Apes. All 3 of those movies, fucking masterpieces.
Mm-hmm.
The 13th Warrior.
Love it.
Which seems it's a good movie, but it's missing about half a movie.
Yeah, it's a flawed movie for sure. But I love it.
The Day the World Ended from Roger Corman, Where Have All the People Gone, Furiosa, Thrashing, and Planet of the Vampires. And I also watched They Will Kill You with Zazie Beetz.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's so much fun. It's Kill Bill and Evil Dead just mashed together.
With about 10 other movies.
The best films out of all the ones that I watched, I would say, are the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the Planet of the Apes Caesar trilogy, the Lord of the Rings movies, the original Planet of the Apes, and Project Hail Mary and The Martian were the best movies out of all of them that I watched. I mean, the others were entertaining. Some were crap, some were good. Valerian, like I said, it looks gorgeous. Like the visual effects on that are incredible, but the casting's all wrong. The plot is an absolute mess. Which I watched it because I watched The Fifth Element, and I watched The Fifth Element for the first time in a long time, and it's not very good. Again, a lot like Valerian, it looks fantastic, but it's just not a good film. And it kind of ruined my enjoyment of when I watched it when it originally came out in '97. What was the other one? Avatar: Fire and Ash. If you like the other 2 Avatar movies, you'll probably enjoy this one. I really liked it. It's not great, but it's just more Avatar. So I like the others, so I like that one. Interstellar. I don't understand why everybody loves this movie.
I like it. I just think it's overrated.
Hugely overrated.
It's not even in my top 5 Nolan movies, but everybody, it's like their number 1. And yeah, I think it's overrated.
It's not my number 1. No,
it's a good movie. I mean, it is a good movie, but it's very long for one thing.
So. It might just crack my top 5. I would go Inception at number 1, then probably The Dark Knight, then probably Memento, then I'd probably go Batman Begins, and then maybe Interstellar. Then maybe I'd put Interstellar at number 5. But I do really like Dunkirk as well, so maybe Dunkirk.
I'd rather watch Dunkirk. I'd rather watch The Prestige.
Yeah. Prestige is good, yeah. But yeah, some nice watches there, Pete.
Yeah, Furiosa was a rewatch because I wasn't 100% sold originally.
Yeah.
Second time round, absolutely loved it.
Yeah, Furiosa is awesome.
It's one of those relentless films.
I mean, I liked it the first time, but I think I was expecting Fury Road. But now that I wasn't expecting Fury Road, I could watch it as a separate,
for what it is.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
you can tell he's just having a ball. That movie, with the fucking big ass nose and shit. I fucking love Hemsworth. In that
also,
movie.
I really enjoyed Peter Jackson's King Kong. However, how he managed to make a near 3-hour movie out of King Kong is insane. He could have done the entire film in 2 hours, and it would have been as good, probably better.
There's too many goddamn creatures.
Yeah,
in King Kong.
I like zoned out when he was fighting the T-Rexes because it just went on forever.
Yeah, and then you got the bugs, and then you got this, and then you got that, and it was like, you know what? Just get back. When it was King Kong and Naomi Watts, it was great. I really enjoyed that part of the movie. But yeah, I'll go back to the original. Shit, I'll even go back to the Jeff Bridges one because that's the one that I grew up with as a kid. So
yeah, nice. Jim?
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up on a bunch of movies that either I have never seen or stuff that I watched years ago that I bought and never watched since I bought it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was because it was stuff that my mom wouldn't be interested in, and I didn't want to watch it while she, the TV was hers for the most part. Now that she's gone, I'm catching up on some of that shit. So I watched a movie called The Sentinel from 1977. I remember it being a lot better than it was. It's not very good. It's very memorable for a scene with Sylvia Miles and Beverly D'Angelo, and that's about it. I mean, it's pretty bad. Yeah, that one I shouldn't have bought. On a much better note, though, I watched a movie called The Long Goodbye with Elliot Gould from the 70s.
Great movie.
Yeah, Robert Altman directed that one. It's a Marlowe movie, but it's like a contemporary, almost like a comedic look at the story. It's really good. And Elliot Gould's fucking awesome, and he's awesome. I watched The Night Comes for Us Again, which is a Netflix movie, martial arts movie with Joe Taslim and Iko Uwais, and one of the most violent movies I've ever seen in my life. But my God, it's so fucking good. If you like the Raid movies, you would like this movie. I watched what the hell I got a couple in my physical recommendations that I watched that I got this week, so I'll hold off on those. I know I watched something else because I watched it with my sister the other day, and now I don't remember what the fuck it is. It shows you how good it was. Oh, I tried to watch Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, I tried to watch that as well.
Because it's on my site that shall not be named. Well, it was.
Yeah.
And it turned out that the first 5 minutes of it was in English, and then suddenly it switched over to some foreign language that I
found that.
Yeah. And then it was, I couldn't even get a subtitle with it, because if I would have found subtitles, fuck it, I would have watched it anyway.
The one that I tried, the first 2 minutes, I thought, actually, this is a good copy. And then all of a sudden, it just, the quality of the copy went, and these foreign subtitles came up.
Yep. That's
what
the
film
same one that I saw.
I just turned it off then. So
yeah, me too.
I'll try again next week, because
doubt I almost went to the show the other day to see it. Just because I wanted to get out of the house. And unlike most people, I enjoyed the last movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
I didn't think it was great, but it was fun for what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. And from what I hear, this movie's just more of the same. I ain't going for plot. I want to see fatalities. And from what I understand, this movie delivers. So eventually I'm going to check that one out as well. But I know I watched something else, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head right now. So that's about all that I watched right now.
Yeah, well, let me know if you think of it.
Like I said, I've got some other ones here, but they'll be with the recommendations of the week.
Okay, cool.
Happy birthday to me.
Well, today?
No, that's the name of the damn movie that I couldn't remember. That's what I watched.
I thought you were saying it was your birthday
to me. I was watching something else with my sister, and I couldn't remember what it was. Happy birthday to me, which is a slasher movie from the 70s, from the 80s, early 80s. It's almost like an American Giallo film. Not very bloody. I remember it being much more violent than it was. And then when I watched it, I was like, holy shit, this would be a PG-13 movie now.
Yeah.
So, kind of a boring movie, actually. So, okay, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We have Giz here. Hello, Giz.
Hi, Giz.
We have Spectre here. Hello, Spectre. We have Melina here. Hello, Melina. Jim just nodded.
Hi, Melina. I still had vape in my lungs. Hey, what's up, you rad bastard? Corey did a great job on our live show with Kenny last week.
Oh, the time warp one.
The time warp one. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Sai's here. Hello, Sai.
Hey, Sai.
He says, my nagging onto Sam finally paid off this week. He finally got round to watching the Taking of Pelham 123 from 1974. He really enjoyed it. Well, that's another one that I need to watch. I need to get around to watching that. So.
Right there.
Yeah.
From Lorber.
I've seen, I really, really like the remake.
Yeah.
I think the remake's one of those remakes. I mean, I know Roy has said that I think he likes the remake more than the original film.
He does. I prefer the original, but that's just because I grew up with it.
But I mean, you know, I love Tony Scott. And obviously that was what his second to last film he ever did.
Yeah.
It's just such a fun thriller. Travolta's great. Denzel's great.
When he plays a villain is top tier.
Yeah.
But when he's not playing a villain, he sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main difference between the remake and the original is the remake is more of an action movie. It's more of a slick looking action movie. And the original one from 74 is more of a character study.
Right. Okay.
And Walter Matthau and what's his face from Jaws, Robert Shaw are so fucking good in it. I mean, I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. It's on Arrow, I think, now, isn't it? So I'll have to pick that up.
I got it on Kino, so.
Yeah, nice.
It was a TV movie version done.
Yes.
Late 90s, early 2000s with Vincent D'Onofrio, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Dan's here. Hello, Dan.
Hi, Dan. Hi, Dan. Congratulations to your son. His son just graduated from college.
Oh, congrats. Sai says, I've just got back from seeing Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, I want to see it, Sai.
He said it was fun.
Yeah, I ain't expecting it to be anything other than just to check your brain at the door and have a good time movie. Just like the first one.
Yeah. Christmas Jones not as good as Dr. Goodhead.
Pussy galore.
Yeah.
Xena on a top.
We finally got Sam to watch Aliens. Oh no, that'll still be a while yet. It's a pain in the ass for that. I don't know why you don't just cave and watch it.
From what I understand, they are going to actually come out with the 40th anniversary.
Yeah, hopefully. Then I'll have seen it. But yeah, Sai's still working on him for Aliens.
Yeah.
He thinks it's going to take a group effort. Yeah, well, I've tried, but...
It should not take a village to get him to watch Aliens.
It's not this big kind of event thing that it seems like he thinks it is. It's just Aliens.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of was an event thing when it first came out, though.
Well, yeah.
Because nobody knew what to expect. And they certainly didn't expect what they got. I mean, that movie did. It played like a fucking rock concert every time I watched an audience watch it.
Well, I mean, it's a badass movie, but it's not something that I'd be like, gotta wait, the first time I see it has to be on a big screen. It's like, I'm just gonna fucking put it on and just watch it.
Right.
I use it to test out audio equipment. It's the one film that I use if I get a new sound bar or I get surround sound. I always test it because of the pulse rifles on it. They just sound so good. But just watch it.
Yeah. Sai says, Ollie is Sheep Detective suitable for my 4-year-old great nephew. Well, it's a PG, so obviously it's suitable for families. You don't see, there's nothing. The only thing that I think would traumatize like a 4-year-old is the scene that I mentioned earlier, the death scene, which I won't go into it. That's the only scene that I think probably would traumatize someone of that age. The rest of it is very bright, very colorful, like fluffy comedy sort of, but a murder mystery. I think 4 is probably a bit young, just because I think most of the film will go over their heads. I think, yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I think it's a good family film, but I think you need to be a bit older to probably get more from the story and not just watch it because there's fluffy sheep on the screen. So that's just what I think. If, to be honest, if I had a 4-year-old, I wouldn't take them to the cinema anyway, because I think at that age they wouldn't be able to sit still for long enough. So I wouldn't, like, if I had kids, I wouldn't take them until they're at least 6, because they need to be able to sit still and actually watch the film. It would drive me up the wall if they're like all these other kids that are in the cinema when I go and they're constantly out of their seats or talking.
I can tell you stories, my friend. I can tell you stories.
I know. It's a pain in the ass, honestly. My sister used to be like it as well. Yeah. Spectre says, I think we'll still be trying when it's approaching its 50th anniversary. I'm still waiting for the right time to watch it. That's his words. That's what he says. Oh, Ollie, I'm just still waiting for the right time to watch it. It's the 40th anniversary, and I want to watch it at the right time. He said, and I said,
he's going to build it up so much into his brain that even if it's a great, great, great movie, which it is, he's going to end up being disappointed. I mean, Jesus.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I should probably trick him, because obviously he's coming down here for my birthday in 2 weeks. So what I should do, I should just, because I've got the 4K, I should just say, do you want to watch this little indie drama film that you haven't seen yet, and just put it on, so he has no choice, and then he'll have to watch it.
What you need to do is you need to put the first 10 minutes of Alien 3 on, and he'll be like, who are these characters? And then go, oh shit, yeah, all right, we'll watch this first, and then put Aliens on, because he's going to be confused.
Ruin Aliens for him.
Yeah. Spectre says, best / favorite iconic improvised line / monologue or acting in a movie. Improvised line.
Flames.
Yeah.
On the side of my face. That.
Yeah. That
Madeline Kahn.
Damn good.
In Clue.
Trying to think of
a good improvised moment.
I'd say any of the lines in Mrs. Doubtfire that Robin Williams improvised, because he improvised a lot in that film. Did in most of his films, but in that film, there's some great, yeah. I couldn't think of one specific improvised thing, but that just a lot of that film was improvised. I'm pretty sure they just told him to. I'm sure in most of his films he'd do the take, and then he'd try loads of different takes, doing it different ways and saying different things. So yeah,
I'll go with one that from a movie that you don't like, Ollie, but it's a great little speech. Rutger Hauer at the end of Blade Runner.
I don't dislike it. I've rewatched it, but
he more or less came up with that whole.
Oh wow, yeah.
About all those memories are gone now, like tears in the rain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a great little speech.
Yeah. Year one childhood film. Geez, Ollie, make me feel old, why don't you? Yeah, that's 2009 it came out. And yeah, I remember having the DVD. Like I said, it was one of the first 15. It was that and Paul. Those were the two that I used to watch on repeat all the time. So those two films, I've just got a different connection to.
2009, I was already in my 40s.
Wow. I was like 7.
I was 26. No. Yeah, I was 26.
Yeah, I was 42.
Wow.
Yeah, there's that.
Spectre says the CGI hasn't aged well for many scenes in Peter Jackson's Kong. Dinosaur Stampede starters. I was thinking about possibly upgrading to 4K to see if it looked any better, but heard it more noticeable. That's really out of print now, isn't it? I've just got the Blu-ray, but I need to rewatch it. But I think the 4K goes for quite a lot now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the majority of the CGI in King Kong looks incredible, and the mix of CGI and practical sets is really good. But yeah, the Stampede looked dodgy back in 2005.
Yeah.
Carlos is here. Hey, Carlos. Yes, Jim. Happy birthday to me. A very good American Giallo indeed. Ollie would like that one. I can't tell if that's a joke or not, so I don't know if he's messing around or what. He sent me a message and he said,
"Oh no, he's back up to his little."
What has he said? He's called me. He's called me something. Oh, he's called me Big Boy. He said, "Hi, Big Boy," and he sent me a photo. He said they'll be waiting for you after the stream.
Yeah, this crowd's kind of scary, man.
Yeah, he's not as bad as Nige. I don't know how Nige finds some of the photos that he does.
Yeah.
Wow,
Carlos.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with him?
Don't know. Robert Shaw is arguably the best part I've ever seen him in. Have you got any Shaw recommendations? I don't really know him as an actor that much, so
well,
I mean,
you got iconic stuff like Jaws and From Russia with Love, and The Deep, and Force 10 from Navarone, which is not a good movie, but he's great in it. Him and Harrison Ford bouncing off each other.
Carl Weathers doing absolutely nothing in that movie. What's the point of him?
Except for getting into it with Richard Kiel. Hey, Blackie.
Yeah.
There was a what was it? There was a terrorist movie that he was in the 70s. Black Sunday, yeah, with Bruce Dern. That one's a really good one. Yeah, Robert Shaw was great. Yeah, The Sting, of course. How could I forget The Sting?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Robert Shaw was great.
Yeah.
You didn't realize how many things he's done. Battle of the Bulge, Battle of Britain.
Yeah.
From Russia with Love. He was in a film called The Town Called Bastard. 1971.
They named a town after me. Awesome.
With Telly Savalas. That film's going to be riveting. The Hireling. Golden Voyage of Sinbad, is he in that? Oh, he's uncredited as the Oracle of All Knowledge.
Speaking of uncredited, I said that I watched The Long Goodbye, which I hadn't seen forever. Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's in that.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
he's
wow.
One of the
he's one of the goons, or whatever. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm just, he doesn't say anything. It's just he comes in and he's got all these bad guys around him, these mobsters. And about that time, there's Schwarzenegger with a porn stash, a 70s porn stash.
That must have been one of his first films,
1973.
like when he came to Hollywood.
So yeah, he was.
Yeah. Carlos says, "Happy birthday to me." Available on Indicator in the UK. Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's through Kino here in the States.
Nice.
Kino releases everything.
I think I had that on a Mill Creek double pack, which was that one and When a Stranger Calls.
Oh yeah. Why haven't you checked the children?
Yeah.
One of the greatest opening scenes ever. And then nothing happens for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then it's a good ending.
Spectre says, "My mum has seen Aliens before, Sam. She hates action or sci-fi related movies. Christ, Sam, get it watched." Indeed. Here we go with Carlos's Face Off. He's got a gangster movie Face Off.
Ooh.
Donnie Brasco versus Carlito's Way versus The Departed.
Ooh.
That's hard, but not.
Hard.
I would take Donnie Brasco out because I enjoy the other two more.
See, I would take out Carlito's Way.
I was going to say I would take out Carlito's Way.
No, Carlito's Way, that is...
To me, Carlito's Way is a different type of movie than the other two are.
That's true. It's my favorite Pacino film, though. Yeah. So...
Of the three, I'll go with The Departed by a hair over Donnie Brasco.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jim. I love Donnie Brasco and I love The Departed.
And I love all three films. I'm not shitting on Carlito's Way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'd go to for The Departed overall, because like you say, gangster movie, that is more of a gangster movie than Carlito's Way.
It's got Jack in it.
And it's got Jack Nicholson in it. Yeah, exactly.
Nicholson is so good in The Departed.
Yeah.
When you tell you to bury a body in the marsh, I don't mean 10 feet off the road with some jackoff who's getting his rap. Don't you fucking laugh. Don't you fucking laugh.
Alan's here. Hey, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Just quickly popped into the office to say hi. Sorry I couldn't make it, and also congratulations to Jim on his super tribute to his mother. Well played, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done, Jim. Yeah. Oh, Ollie, you need to tie down Sam and make him watch Aliens Clockwork Orange style. It's the only way. It's the only way.
That last year when I found out that he had never seen it before.
Yeah,
that was my suggestion, and I got kind of like laughed off. So
yeah,
good for you, Si. Great minds think alike, my friend.
Best improvised line delivery is "Everyone" by Gary Oldman in Leon. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that is good. Yeah,
she got a great ass in Heat.
She got a
was that improvised?
It wasn't improvised. The way he did it was.
Right.
That's why the reaction on Hank Azaria's face is so good, because it's real.
Yeah.
He had no idea Pacino was going to do that shit.
That
and
is
the reason why Pacino did that shit was because there was a storyline in the movie that they took out at when it was all said and done.
Yeah,
his character was on coke, so it explains why he is so animated in certain scenes. You know.
Oh, I love. See, and this is where Carlos will get fisty.
I want to come up with a different way to say that.
I love I love Pacino and De Niro. For me, looking at both of them and just the films I've seen from both of them and the performances they've given in their films, I think it's got to be Pacino for me.
It's fair.
I just think it's got to be Pacino.
Fair. I liked Pacino up until he got the Oscar. And then from that moment on, and I'm not saying that on every film, but from that moment on, he went from acting to yelling. And that's more or less all he does now. And my problem with De Niro is that he does not say no to any script, it seems. He makes, and I get it. He's getting older and he acts. That's his profession. And of course, he likes to work. So I get it.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, man, a lot of his movies are pretty fucking bad. So.
But so's De Niro. Like, look at De Niro post 90s.
If he's in a shitty movie, he might be like, fuck it. I don't want to. I'm just gonna go through the motions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas when he's got a good script and a good movie, he's Robert De Niro. He's still fucking great.
It's like De Niro is an odd one because you've got 70s De Niro, 80s De Niro, 90s De Niro, and then just like whatever it is he does now. Like just 70s is Godfather Part 2, Mean Streets,
Taxi Driver,
Car Bertha, those type of movies. 80s De Niro, you've got like the more arty kind of movies that he did. Also, Once Upon a Time in America.
But then you've also got mainstream stuff like Midnight Run and Angel Heart.
Yeah.
And, stuff like that as well.
And in the 90s, you had him playing more of a cop, a spy type of character like Ronin, The Fan, and stuff like that. But then it hits 2000 and De Niro starts doing more comedies. And then for some reason starts doing straight to DVD movies. But then he'll come out and do something like The Irishman. Or he'll do
Killers in the Flower Moon. Whenever Scorsese calls him, he gives a good performance.
Because
I didn't like Flower Killer of the Flower Moon movie. I told you that I didn't like that movie.
Yeah.
But I thought De Niro was good in it.
Yeah.
You know, the girl me was the best out of everybody in that movie. She was a rock star in that movie.
I don't know what it is. There's just something about Pacino, like.
Well, same thing. Pacino, when he commits, and he's got a good script behind him,
he still gives good performances.
He's phenomenal. He's got that one scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but he's phenomenal in it. You know, I mean, because he's got that Tarantino dialogue coming out of his mouth. You know, so
it sounds like he pays more attention. Well, he puts more work in when he likes the script, not when he's just doing the movie.
Right. But he's the best thing about House of Gucci, and that's not a good film.
Yeah, well, I've never seen that one.
I'll be honest, the film itself isn't bad. It's the performances within the film. They're just laughable. Like Adam Driver's ridiculous. Even Jeremy Irons, he gives a really bad performance. Obviously, Jared Leto.
I've heard that movie compared to Showgirls, not in what's in the movie as far as like, you know, subject matter. Okay, it's not like House of Gucci's got a bunch of tits and this and that. Okay,
yeah,
but I've heard it compared to Showgirls in the fact that it's like it's one of those movies that it's bad on every level. But if you're willing to accept that level of horribleness and go with it, it could be fun. Now, I haven't seen House of Gucci, so I don't know. But I've heard people compare it to Showgirls. And Showgirls, to me, is a piece of shit. I don't like Showgirls at all. It's got nothing to do with the it's just a bad movie.
A
bad movie. So...
But it's late night softcore. That's all it is. But it's late night softcore directed by Paul Verhoeven
with Joe Esterhazy as the fucking script.
That's the thing with Showgirls, and I'm guessing it because I haven't seen House of Gucci as well. I'm guessing the thing with Showgirls is that it is a bad movie, but it's really well shot.
Oh, it's well made.
Oh, yes,
really well directed.
It's a Ridley Scott film, so
yeah.
Yeah, Gucci. That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot are comparing the two. You know,
I liked
good,
the story.
They've got good cast. This, that, and the other. It's a train wreck. You know,
I like the story, but it just didn't. It as a film, nothing pulls together to make it a good film. But I'll admit, I have got it. I have not watched, and this shows I have not watched it since the cinema. And it was actually the last time I went to my nan at the cinema. I don't know whether that's a sign of the film or whether just because she can't be asked to go to the cinema, but that's the last time. And that's 5 years ago this year. So, yeah.
The last time that I went to the movies with my mom, because I mentioned it in my video, was we went and saw Angel Has Fallen, which was right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Luckily, right before she got very sick at the end, because I mentioned how much she loved Gerard Butler, my sister took her to see Greenland 2.
Oh, yeah.
Like a week before she got very ill. So she did get to go to a movie one more time before.
That's nice.
So from that perspective, and she got to see her guy. Because
I mean,
the only person on earth that she loved more than fucking Statham was Gerard Butler.
Yeah,
dude,
shit film.
85-year-old woman chasing after, you ought to see her. I'd put Crank on. And there's Jason Statham running her down the street in that fucking hospital. His ass hanging out, and he's got a raging heart on. There's my 85-year-old mother, like, that's a fine looking God love her.
Yeah.
Did you not like Greenland 2 then?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I didn't like it. Up to the,
awful.
It's a bad film. The first film, again, is a bad film, but it's a disaster film.
I like the first one.
It's fun.
What works with the first film is that they ground it more in reality than anything else.
That's what I liked about the first.
Yeah, that's true.
But the second film, it's a film of
it's ridiculous.
It's literally they go from point A to point B. There's an obstacle, but then from point B to point C, there's an obstacle. then from point C to
one of
point D
those
is an
movies.
obstacle.
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
grasp of geography is fucking weird.
It is, yeah. It's just
like they leave ice
messy.
or Greenland, and then like 12 hours later they wash up in an underwater, a sunk Liverpool. Like, how does that even work?
When they announced that they were doing a Greenland 2, my first question is, how can they do a sequel to a disaster film where at the end of the film the world is destroyed? And the question after watching Greenland 2 is, how can they do a disaster film when at the end of the first film the whole world was destroyed?
Yeah, I haven't seen the second one. My mom enjoyed it. That's all I know. She enjoyed it. My sister, who I don't think even saw the first one, she just took my mom to see it. She said for what it was, she enjoyed it, but it wasn't something that she would watch again. You know,
yeah,
so
I wouldn't go back to it again.
She more or less just went because she wanted to get my mom out of the house, you know, give her a nice day and stuff. So.
It just got brushed under the rug here. It just got chucked on Prime, and that's it.
It didn't make shit here. It was out here for like a week or so, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah. Carlos says the greatest gangster character in movie and TV: Don Vito Corleone, Tony Montana, and Tony Soprano.
See, I would replace Vito with Michael and remove Tony Montana and put Joe Pesci in Goodfellas in instead.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I love Scarface, I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Sopranos, so I can't remove.
No,
as far as TV goes, Tony Soprano is definitely the quintessential gangster, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And The Sopranos is a great show. If you've never seen it, you should really check into it. It's a great show.
Sai says Serpico is my favorite Al Pacino performance. Still to watch that one.
It's a good movie. True story.
Sappher's here. Hello, Sappher.
Hi, Sappher.
Right, we will continue now with going through the rest of the De Niro films that we didn't get to last week. There is still quite a few, but not loads. So the next one from 1986 is The Mission. Anyone seen The Mission?
Yeah. It's a good movie.
A long time ago.
It's not something that I would go back to again, but yeah, it's a good movie.
I know it's got my guy in it, but
music.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Morricone? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I know the soundtrack. Yeah, I've heard it before, but I'll watch it because it's got my guy in it. I don't know how big of a role he's in it, but he's in it.
Jeremy Irons or Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson.
It's not a very big role.
Yeah. But I like De Niro, so.
No, it's a good movie.
Yeah. Next up is New York, New York.
Stop spreading the news.
It's too long. I think the problem I had with it was too long for what it was, and it's just a bit boring.
I'm not into musicals for the most part, so
it's meant to be
not a musical.
It's a throwback to
I know.
Classic studio Hollywood, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
With like the sets and is it Liza Minnelli in that?
Yeah, Liza Minnelli. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, it's got musical numbers in it, but yeah, it's just it's one of those movies I saw as a kid and never went back to.
I'm trying to see if there's a runtime anywhere. Oh yeah, 163 minutes, and you feel all 163 of those minutes. We then have Great Expectations by Alfonso Cuarón.
Yeah, the modern 50th version of that.
It's a modern contemporary take of the story with that looks like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yep.
Ethan
Hawke.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. If it's modern, I might give it a go. I'm not a massive fan of Shakespeare stuff, but I might give it a go.
Yeah, that's not Shakespeare, but yeah, that's okay.
Is it not?
No. Great Expectations.
No, it's Dickens.
It's Bronte, I believe.
No, it's Dickens.
Oh, whatever. It's from that era. It's not Shakespeare. Let's
See,
put it that
I
way.
was thinking of, because the other day I was going through what Pacino films I have, and I came across The Merchant of Venice. That's Shakespeare.
That is Shakespeare, yes.
That's what was confusing me. Then we have, I believe he plays the villain in this, Machete.
Yeah. I fucking love Machete.
I need to watch that.
I love both of them, but the first one is so good. It's just so much fun. Yeah. He's one of the bad guys in that. Him and Don Johnson.
Nope, no, he's not here.
Nope, he's not here. No, Kenny was sleeping on his couch and all this. He just went.
Yeah. Who said that? Weren't you on that stream, Pete?
Which one?
No, Pete was on that stream where Kenny just we were talking. It was someone asked a question. It was
Glenn Close role or
Susan Sarandon.
And
Kenny
or whatever.
Just gets up and he just says Don Johnson.
No, he goes.
I can't remember.
He's like, oh yeah, I'll watch anything with Don Johnson in it, and we were both like, what?
yeah.
Yeah, Andy was on that. Yeah, Andy was on that one.
Yeah.
Last time he fell asleep on the show.
Oh my god, that was funny.
That was fucking. I thought he was dead.
It felt like he was dead.
Oh man, I was freaking out a little bit. It was like, holy shit, Getty. You know?
Yeah. Next up, great 90s cop film, Copland.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Great movie.
I do like. Yeah, I really like that.
Great cast.
Probably Stallone's best performance as well, outside of Rocky.
The ending monologue of First Blood is still my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that speech is so good at the end of First Blood.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to beat.
Yeah. Next up, Little Fockers.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
No,
I saw the first
two. Is it?
That's the third one.
I can't even remember it. I've seen it. I can't remember it.
I have no interest in the new one either.
Yeah, I don't think it's I think even Ben Stiller said, because someone said something. He said recently. He said they can't all be good ones or something like that.
No, he said the first two are good.
Yeah.
You know.
Basically, yeah. Next up, we have Arthur and the Invisibles.
It's a Luc Besson
Another
animated movie.
Luc Besson, Jim.
That one went by. Never heard of it.
They did 3. The first one's all right. I think David Bowie's the voice in the first one, and Madonna.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
The sequels, I think they were straight to DVD, the sequels, and they weren't very good. Mia Farrow's in them, though.
I think the original title was like Arthur and the Minimoys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's French, isn't it? It's like I think they must have dubbed over it or something. I don't know. Or no, I know there's definitely 2 different voice casts. Like if you watch the UK release, it's completely different voice. I don't think like Madonna's a voice or anything on the one over here. It's completely different.
Nope, never heard of it.
One that Jim mentioned earlier, and I must pick up a Blu-ray copy of this. I'm pretty sure you're a fan as well, Pete. Ronin.
That's one of my top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah,
it's got one of the best car chases for sure. And
only one. It's got 3 of the best car chases.
Sure, to me, that stands out. But yeah, that movie's great. That movie is fucking great.
That is a stacked fucking cast as well.
Yeah.
De Niro, Reno, Natasha McElhone, Sean Bean, Stellan Skarsgård. You've got who else is in there? Jonathan Pryce as well.
Yeah, I was going to say Jonathan.
Love that movie so much.
Probably the last great Frankenheimer movie.
I like Reindeer Games.
Did Reindeer Games come out after?
Reindeer Games came out.
Reindeer, I love Reindeer Games. I have it on my shelf, but I don't know if I would call that a great movie. It's more like Ronin is a great movie. I mean,
Ronin is the great last practical action movie. There's only one bit of CG in that movie, and it's some CGI smoke.
Yeah.
That the brown BMW kicks up at the start of the first car chase. This is how much I've watched that movie. I can spot it a mile away. Yeah, that film is, yeah.
And no spoiler, as far as I know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, because you're obviously the expert about the movie, but as far as I know, it is the only movie that I can think of that Sean Bean appears in and he doesn't die in.
So, right.
And I know he was supposed to die originally.
When they remove him from the group, after it comes out that he's not what he says he is, she says to him, "Don't forget us, because we won't forget you." And there is an alternative scene where he is kind of chucked into the back of a van.
Yeah, I know there was a different version.
So did Spence live or did Spence die? I like to think he got whacked by the IRA, because
I was going to say I'd like to think that he didn't get killed, because Sean Bean gets killed constantly.
No, I think because of how inexperienced and how much of a liar he was.
Yeah.
And how much of a what's the word for it? Not inconvenience.
Liability.
Well, liability. There we go. How much of a liability was he? Could have put everything in jeopardy because he lied. I think that's why they whacked him.
Yeah.
But the original script, because there's two scripts. So there's the original script, which is by a writer called J.D. Zeke. The only other credit he's got is for a Steven Seagal movie called Pistol Whipped. That was the original script. The script that was shot was written by a man called Richard Weiss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Richard Weiss is a pseudonym for David Mamet, which is why the dialogue in that is so good. So
I know Mamet was behind it.
And the reason why he used a pseudonym is because of a contract dispute with MGM, who wouldn't allow him to take his to get a full script credit, because what he did, he completely rewrote and retooled the script that Zeke had written, and because they said no, you can't get a full credit, he said, "Well, take my name off," and that's why it's got at the start it says written by J.D. Zeke and Richard Weiss, but it's essentially just a David Mamet script.
Yeah. And it's a great
film.
Script.
Is so badass. It's so cool.
It's a great movie. Yeah. Ollie, get on that one.
I've seen it. I have seen it.
Oh, you have seen that one. Oh, okay.
I've seen it a while ago, but I was just saying I need to pick it up because I've not got it physically, so I need to grab it.
Yeah, the
get the
Kino
4K if you
really
can get
good.
it cheap.
Yeah, I'll have a look. Next up, only a small part, but a very memorable part in Angel Heart.
Yeah, I love Angel Heart. I'm one of the few people that do.
With the egg.
Yeah, that fucking egg, man. It's just creepy.
Yeah, and his nails.
Yeah, I just love Mickey Rourke.
That's a creepy film.
Chickens, man, they creep me out.
That is one. I think that is one of Mickey Rourke's best films.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Definitely. Yeah, I do like that one. That's
very atmospheric. I mean, you can see where it's going a mile away. It's not like or nothing, but it's just like I said, it's all atmospheric, and I love the performances.
It's just such a dark film. Like, not like looking, like in tone, it's very dark.
And Lisa Bonet, okay.
Oh yeah, she's nice in it.
She was on the Cosby Show.
Okay? Yeah.
And when that movie came out, she had just gotten a spinoff from the Cosby Show, a show called A Different World that she was.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
in between season 1 and season 2 on the break is when she filmed Angel Heart.
Right.
And before that movie came out, there was a lot of controversy about it, about the sex scenes between the two of them. And this and that and the other. So much so that Bill Cosby thought that it would tarnish the family Cosby name, brand, or whatever, and had her fired from the show and her with one of the other characters, Jasmine Guy. No fault to her. Okay, she was already on the show. They just made the show about her now instead of,
Yeah.
Jump forward 40 years, okay? And that Cosby tarnished name that he was so worried about with the shit that he was doing back then, it's like it's so hypocritical. It's so
yeah.
And her career never really recovered from it.
No.
I mean, she did end up with Jason Momoa for years, so I mean, there's that. But
Yeah.
And he's a lot younger than her, and apparently he used to watch her on the Cosby Show when he was a kid, and he used to tell his parents, "I'm going to marry her someday," and he did.
Wow, exactly. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Next up is a fun film. I would actually like to pick it up physically. It's fun. It's not a great film, but it's a fun film. Dirty Grandpa.
I haven't seen it.
It's a fun film. It's another example of a raunchy comedy, but
I've heard about
fun.
it. I've never seen it.
They work well together. Him and Zac Efron, they do work well together, and I've seen it a few times, and it's a fun film. It's not a great film by any means, but it's fun for what it is. Then there's Joy, about the mop.
Oh yeah. That's
all right. Can't really remember.
David O. Russell movie, right?
Yeah, can't really remember much about it. It's all right. Yeah,
I know what it is, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah. We have Stardust.
Again, haven't seen it.
I like Stardust. It's a good fantasy film. Matthew Vaughn, who's a great director.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a fantastic ensemble cast like De Niro, Pfeiffer, Ricky Gervais, Mark Strong.
Excuse me.
Loads and loads of people. Claire Danes, like lots of people. Even Peter O'Toole's in it. Like, it's a really good fantasy film. I recommend that one, Jim. If like a good fantasy story, it is good. It's basically, I don't know if you know what it's about.
Yeah,
but it's basically fallen. She's a fallen star, and he basically goes on a journey. And you got Michelle Pfeiffer, who plays a witch.
Michelle Pfeiffer's in it.
She's a witch. She plays a witch in it, and she's trying to basically steal her for herself to make herself younger again, to stay young, basically, because the energy of a star can keep her young forever.
As one does.
Yeah. You've even got a great narration by Sir Ian McKellen as well.
There you go.
So it's worth. And De Niro, from memory, plays the captain of a flying ship. And he's got a great part in it because he basically likes to dress up as a woman.
So
it's funny. It's funny.
Alrighty then. In the Navy.
Yeah. Jim's already ordered it. Jim's already got the 4K covered.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Then we have Amsterdam, which is another David O. Russell film. And I don't mind it.
I've never seen.
It's the problem with Amsterdam is it's quantity over quality. They chuck so many actors in there, and a lot of them hardly get any screen time. And the story's so out there for a lot of people, it just didn't work. But I really like what David O. Russell does with films like that, so I dug it. I mean, to me, his two best films are The Fighter and Silver Linings Playbook. Those are his two absolute best films, I think.
I love Three Kings.
I was going to say Three Kings is good,
and I love American Hustle.
Yeah, that's another one. American Hustle. De Niro's only got a cameo in that, though.
Yeah. But that movie's a lot of fun.
It is a fun film. Another good cast as well.
Yeah.
But Amsterdam, just...
I forgot that movie even existed until you brought it up.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's got three great leads. The story is just a bit jumbled. But I haven't seen... Again, it's another one, like a lot of films. I've not seen it since the cinema. I have got it. And I do intend on going back to it. But...
Yeah,
it's just one of those.
I forgot that even existed until you brought it up.
Yeah,
because it came and went. And I remember there was a lot of hype about it because of the pedigree of
the cast
and him and everybody else. And then, yeah, that was a major league bomb. That was like Babylon, one of those movies that just had a lot of hype and then just bombed.
I mean, goddamn Taylor Swift's in it. I mean, again, not for very long, but she's in it, and she's decent in it as well. It's got
Cats too.
True. But Mike Myers even has a role in it. He's good in it.
Yeah.
But De Niro's role to the film is one of the most crucial roles in the whole film, but he's not in it a lot.
Yeah.
But it's a good film.
Yeah.
I recommend it. Limitless.
I've got that on my shelf.
That's a good film.
That's a real good film.
That's really good high concept sci-fi film. Well, not
Bradley
sci-fi.
Cooper is a lot of fun in that movie.
Yeah, just a really watchable film. Just like it's one of those just easy to watch.
Yeah, you just kick back and relax and check your brain at the door and have fun.
Exactly. Yeah. Then we have Meet the Fockers, which is the second Fokker film.
I saw it.
Not a fan.
Didn't like it.
It
had a couple of moments. I thought the first movie was better. Let's put it that way.
Meet the Parents, yeah. The first one's definitely the best of the three.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the second one as well. But it does have the addition of Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand, so there you go.
I mean, it's got the one line from Dustin Hoffman that I absolutely love. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah. But what else have we got? We have got Jim's favorite film, Shark Tale.
I've seen Shark Tale. It's all right.
It's all right. I like DreamWorks films. I honestly couldn't tell you who he voiced because I've not seen it in years. I remember Will Smith's the lead.
Like the mob boss. He's like the main mob boss in it. Because Scorsese's in it too. But Scorsese's not a bad guy in it. He's like Will Smith's friend, if memory serves, or he might have even been Will Smith's boss or whatever. But De Niro's the bad guy in it. I know that.
And this Jack Black is in it as well, isn't he? He voices it.
Yeah, it's been years since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, I've not seen it for years either. Can't remember anything about it really.
Yeah, I watched it with the kids of the woman that I used to live with when that movie came out. And that was 20 odd years ago.
Well, yeah. We then have The Intern, which is a good Nancy Myers film.
Never seen it. You'll notice a pattern with his newer movies, especially the comedic ones. Most of them I haven't seen. Because I like De Niro more as a dramatic actor than
that's fair enough.
Although my favorite movie of his all time is probably Midnight Run, if not Goodfellas. I mean, if it's one or the other, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Next up is Midnight Run.
Yeah. Perfect movie. Danny Elfman, does a score in that movie unlike any other score he's ever done.
Oh,
if you were to hear the music in that movie,
you wouldn't know it was him.
You would not know it's Danny Elfman. You seriously, and it's a great score. It's a great fucking score. That's one that you've definitely got to see.
Yeah, I'll have to. It's on my list. If they've got it in HMV, I will be picking it up on my birthday.
I picked it up in HMV. It was like £9, I think it was, or $9.99.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite buddy movie ever.
Oh wow.
It's so good. Charles Grodin and him play off each other so well, but it's the supporting cast that makes that movie so great. Because you got what's his name? John Astin. John Ashton, yes, from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Who, he's in it, and Dennis Farina. And fucking Dennis Farina is so good in that movie. You know what, Sydney? Calm down. Have a cream soda. Do some fucking thing. Just shut the fuck up. Okay, go ahead. I'll talk about Midnight Run all night. So
yeah, Sleepers.
That's a good movie.
I've never seen it.
It's a good movie. It's depressing.
It's very hard to watch.
As hell to watch.
It's just the subject matter is just rough.
That's what I mean. It's a depressing movie.
But it's a good film. I think another Barry Levinson film, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
one of
again,
the first
that
Blu-rays I
cast.
got. Oh yeah, I mean Hoffman's in that. You got Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Is it Jason Patrick?
Yep.
Yeah, Jason Patrick. Kevin Bacon. Yeah.
It's a good movie. But again, it's not something that I would go back and watch.
You couldn't go back to very often, no. Yeah. Another great film, Awakenings.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, really like that one, yeah. Of course,
Robin
Williams,
unretards.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Then have The Untouchables.
Oh, classic movie.
Yeah. One which my good friend Carlos is sending me for my birthday, which I haven't seen yet, A Bronx Tale.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
I've only heard good things about it, so it's one I've wanted to watch for years, so I can't wait to watch that one.
One where he doesn't play a bat or a mob guy for a change.
No, but Chaz does.
Yeah, Chaz does. He's just a dad trying to keep his kid from getting into that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Very good movie.
We then have Scorsese's Cape Fear. Very good film. Good performances, Max Cady in that as well.
Come out, wherever you are. Yeah.
He's just psychotic in that film.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what Javier Bardem does with the character, though.
I'm not.
You're not? But Javier, he is.
I love Javier Bardem. Don't get me wrong.
That's why I'm interested, because
again,
it's him.
Even though Cape Fear's a remake, okay, because you know the Gregory Peck one from the 50s or whatever, which is in its own right a great movie.
Yeah.
But the only thing I hate worse than movies that are being remade are movies that are being remade as TV properties.
Yeah.
Like they did that with Presumed Innocent a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They're doing it with Man on Fire right now.
Yeah, that's out now. Yeah.
And now this. And it's like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just going to go back and watch the movie.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you've got a point there.
Man on Fire, the movie,
is
a remake.
Yeah.
Scott Glenn movie.
Yeah.
But again,
and Cape Fear.
The remakes of those two movies are superior than their predecessors. They don't need to be turned into TV properties. I mean, if somebody wants to watch it, and I've heard good things about Man on Fire, actually, you know, I've heard good things about it. I still don't want to watch it.
It's just Denzel as that character was perfection. That is one of his best roles, I think.
That's my favorite Tony Scott movie that's not called True Romance.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that opinion, Jim.
Because, again, True Romance to me is its own thing.
It's top five
that's a
films to me.
Tarantino movie that he didn't direct. But Man on Fire, like I said, that movie is just phenomenal. So
yeah. We then have Brazil, which is in my pile to watch, but I haven't watched it yet.
He's never got on with Brazil.
Thank you. I was waiting to see what you said because everybody I know loves that movie, and I don't hate it, but I can't even say I like it. I like things about it. There's certain scenes in that movie that I fucking love. But
to be honest, there's a lot of Terry Gilliam movies that
I was going to say that.
I'm a big Monty Python fan.
Me too, yeah.
The stuff that he's
too weird. He's gone too weird, hasn't he? He just some of his stuff is too high concept, and it's just too out there. Like I really like 12 Monkeys.
I think is great.
What was that?
12 Monkeys, I think, is great.
Yeah.
But it's like I didn't love Time Bandits.
Yeah, Time Bandits is good as well.
But I didn't like Baron Munchausen. That was just too weird.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That one. What was the other one? Eric the Viking.
I've not seen that one.
I like Fisher King.
He's done later in like the Zero
Fisher King, but that's a different type of film.
Well, still, it's a Gilliam film though.
Yeah, but that's a good film.
I mean, Fear and Loathing is a different kind of film either, but I don't really care for that one.
Yeah, I've not seen
that's like Brazil to me. There's things in that movie that I love, and there's lots of parts that I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? You know?
Yeah. Stone Cold classic next, and this would have to be in my top 50 films of all time. In fact, there's quite a few De Niro films that would apply to, but The Deer Hunter, for
Great
me,
movie.
is near perfection. Just I don't know, I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but we had a proper chat about The Deer Hunter, and just like that opening, just the whole wedding scene, which sort of sets up these characters because you're just looking at them sort of in as they were before. Yeah, I've got the 4K. Yeah.
4K Blu-ray from Scream or Shout
But
Factory.
even though it's like really long, that wedding scene, there's a reason for it. It's because it's building up to obviously what they go through, and then the aftermath of that, and I don't even think De Niro is the best part of that film. I think Walken's the best part of that film.
Oh yeah, Christopher Walken won the Oscar.
Yeah, he's incredible in that film.
Yep.
Because it just breaks him. Just what he had to go through in the war just breaks him, and he goes mental.
John Savage is really good in that movie too. Nobody ever talks about him.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one that comes home in the wheelchair.
And I mean, breakthrough film for My Girl Meryl.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fantastic on every level, that film.
Yeah,
I've only seen it once. I don't really. I remember the Steel Town, and then obviously the famous
Russian roulette scene.
Yeah.
I remember it being quite boring, but then I did watch it when I was quite a lot younger.
Mm.
So it was probably a film I could definitely revisit at some point.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought it was too long because it came out a year before Apocalypse Now, and I was a kid when both of those came out, and I preferred Apocalypse Now, and I still do. Okay, mainly because Apocalypse Now doesn't bore me the way that The Deer Hunter did. Now, it doesn't bore me now. As an adult, I look at it and I look at it a totally different way, and I appreciate it in a different way, you know. But yeah, Deer Hunter is a masterpiece. It's a great movie.
It's just one of those films, yeah. But yeah. Next up, another one I've not seen. Once Upon a Time in America.
Great movie, but you got to watch the right version.
And again, I probably would have seen it by now, but it's again another one of those films that is heavily out of print, like A Bronx Tale. So it's like I'm not spending any more than £20 on a Blu-ray that's been out for 15 years.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
I hear you. I hear you.
So
I don't have it on my shelf for the very same reason.
I'm hoping that at some point we get some sort of re-release. I think Carlos got like an Italian 4K or something.
I know,
but I don't want to import
a European version that's either in 4K or at least Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That's the uncut, full movie. Because that's the thing. You could still get it on Blu-ray over here in the States, but you get the theatrical. And
there's a lot of stuff they cut out. Yeah.
Movie sucks. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The one that was available over here on DVD, it might still be available on DVD, is what's classed as the director's cut, which is about 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
But the uncut one, there is apparently Sergio Leone had a cut that he was working on before he passed away, which was something like 5 hours long because of how much footage he actually shot.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely butchered by Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the theatrical. I think it got they cut it down to something like 2 hours, or maybe just under 2 hours.
Just over 2 hours.
It was just over.
It was like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it made no fucking sense.
No sense. Ollie, I would highly recommend if you can find the DVD cheap.
Okay.
Grab the DVD. It's a double-sided
disc, yeah.
But at the moment, if you really want to watch it, that's the only way to get it.
It's on Prime, I think, isn't it? But again, on Prime, I don't know if that's the theatrical
it's the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
So
that's a bummer.
Although I know at one point they did offer both, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Recently when I was scanning through movies, I saw it on there and I was like, ooh.
Because it was on Netflix at one stage as well, but again, I don't know what version was on Netflix.
They changed that shit around so much.
So, Ollie, you can get it on Music Magpie on DVD for $1.99.
Wow.
Or you can buy the Blu-ray from Amazon for £291.
Yeah. Why so much? Like, it's just a Blu-ray. Even though it's out of print and they don't make it anymore, how can they justify charging that much for that?
Because somebody obviously will pay it.
Well, yeah, I suppose they wouldn't put that.
They'll lower it. You know, I mean.
Yeah. Then we have one that I'm not a massive fan of myself, and that's The King of Comedy. I wasn't huge on it when I watched it.
It's all right.
It's a decent dark comedy, but it's not the masterpiece that everybody hails it to be.
Yeah, I agree there, definitely.
It's basically
and it all depends on your tolerance of Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, I wasn't really familiar with him before watching it, so I didn't really.
Yeah, I liked Jerry Lewis when I was a kid, so we used to watch the Jerry Lewis movies, and obviously the Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis stuff was on in the UK as well. But as he got older, he became quite insufferable.
Right.
And so, yeah, his character in King of Comedy really irked me because it's whether or not he's meant to be playing a version of Jerry Lewis, I don't know, because that seems to be his entire demeanor at that point in his career.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a massively overrated movie.
Yeah, I agree. Then we have Jackie Brown, fantastic, underrated Tarantino film, really underrated.
Love De Niro as a stoner.
Yeah.
It is. It's just so funny seeing him as a stoner.
With Bridget Fonda as well. Yeah.
You want to fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 minutes, 38 seconds later.
Yeah. Oh, such a good film.
Yeah.
Then another one which I don't have, but Carlos very kindly sent me the criterion of it, so I need to get it on soon. That's Raging Bull.
Awesome movie.
Yeah, I think that was the movie that everyone said, you know what, De Niro is probably one of the greatest actors of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he win an Oscar for that?
Yes.
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he won Best Actor.
Did he? I thought he only won.
Raging Bull didn't win Best Picture. And that's what people lost their minds about because Ordinary People won that year. But no.
How many Oscars has he won?
Pacino won.
He's won 2.
He's got 2. He's got Best Supporting Actor for Godfather 2, and he's got Best Actor for Raging Bull.
And Pacino's only got 1.
Yes, and that's for Son of a Woman.
But really, he should have won for The Godfather.
They were both nominated for Godfather 2, but Pacino was nominated for Best Actor. And Robert De Niro was nominated for Best Supporting Actor because he played the younger version of Vito. I mean, because this Godfather 2 is Michael's story, you know. So
so he won Best Actor for Raging Bull and Supporting Actor for Godfather Part 2.
Yeah. Echo.
But he got nominated for Best Actor for Taxi Driver, Best Actor for Deer Hunter, Best Actor for Awakening, Best Actor for Cape Fear, Supporting Actor, fucking hell, for Silver Linings Playbook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
Killers of the Flower Moon, he was nominated for, wasn't he? Yeah.
And he produced The Irishman, so he had a nominee for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's mad.
Then we have Casino.
Love it.
Good film.
Love it.
I think the problem with Casino, which I think we mentioned last week, is obviously it's so like Goodfellas just is like because it came out before and it was just
Yeah, those two are going to be linked together forever. They just will be. And it's not fair, but it is what it is. So,
but yeah,
James Woods.
You've met him?
No, I miss him.
Miss him. We said that last week because someone said,
"Yeah, I don't.
Is there an actor that you want?" And I said James Woods.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's always been a great actor, and he's great in Casino. He's a scumbag in Casino.
Yeah,
the pimp Lester.
Yeah, but Goodfellas, another one in my top 50 films of all time, though.
Yeah, Goodfellas is a masterpiece.
Love it. Yeah,
greatest mob movie ever.
Yeah, and then you've got Joker, which
I like it. I think it's overrated.
I do too.
I didn't like it.
I like it more than the King of Comedy.
Yes, I agree.
They're very similar. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Silver Linings Playbook, fantastic.
I'm surprised how much I like that one.
That's a good film.
I didn't think I would like that at all, and yeah, I really enjoyed.
And Chris Tucker as well, really, because he's more
Chris Tucker's great in that movie.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, Kenny really likes that movie because the whole Philadelphia Eagles thing.
Yeah.
You know.
The Irishman could have been better. If it was done in the 90s, it would have been a better film.
Yeah, it's the CGI de-aging shit that bothers
hard to
me.
get past
And the contact lenses that he fucking wears to make his eyes blue.
Yeah, not needed.
And that movie's also about a half an hour too long.
Yeah,
it
definitely.
Needs serious.
3.5 hours
of Flower Moon. It needs some editing, you know.
Yeah,
that is a movie I think Pacino is better than De Niro in.
Yes,
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. The big one, Heat.
Love it.
Yeah, incredible. I think it was Carlos. Carlos said today to me, he said, because he didn't know if I'd seen it or not, which of course I have. But he said that I need to watch the 4K. He said you go watch the 4K. It's like puts the Blu-ray to absolute shame. He said it's incredible. So I think I'll need to watch that fairly soon again.
I got the blue, so I'm happy with my blue. But no, he's a fucking phenomenal movie.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Talk about great casts.
It's
got a great
It's on and on and on. Yeah. Killers of the Flower Moon. Not so good.
I never bothered with it.
Yeah.
Too long again, and not a good enough story.
Me and the wife, it took us 2 nights to get through it. And that's unheard of. I mean, normally we'll push through along, but we watched Oppenheimer in one sitting, you know?
Yeah.
But getting through that one was a chore.
Yeah.
And to me, you know, you got DiCaprio, you got Robert De Niro, you got Jesse Plemons. I mean, good cast. The woman, Lily Goldstone, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
She's a rock star. She's phenomenal in that movie.
Did she win an Oscar? She won the Oscar.
She was nominated. She didn't win.
She didn't win. No.
But she, to me, is the best thing about that movie.
Yeah.
She's very good in that movie.
Yeah. Then of Godfather Part 2. Less I say about that one, probably the better for my own good.
Again, like what you like. And I understand your criticisms with both of the Godfather movies.
Yeah.
I totally get it. When I was younger, I felt the same exact way. So it's all good.
I think for me, I think they're going to be growers. They're going to be films I appreciate more as I get older and I watch them more.
Mm-hmm.
They're those types of films. And I think as well, if I'd have watched it when it first came out, I think I may have felt differently about it.
See, with the Godfather movies, there's like the first Godfather movie is a mob movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Godfather Part 2 is a business movie. It's a movie about businesses. It's a movie about setting up gambling. It's making deals with people. That's why I find the second one so boring, is because I'm not engaged with the mob lifestyle the same as I was in the first one. Because the first one, you get the whole thing of them trying to hit Don Corleone. You get Michael shooting the police officer. and the rival mobster, and then him going to Sicily. But in the second film, the most interesting part of the second film is Don Corleone's backstory going from Sicily to New York. And then when you get the Michael stuff, that's when I just tune out, because I'm not really bothered by that part of the film. The first half with De Niro as Corleone is far more interesting than Michael making deals with Jewish gangsters in Havana. I don't.
Yeah.
That's the second half of that's the Michael part of the movie, is Michael trying to get a license to open a casino or a gambling license, then all the shit in Havana, then finding out that Fredo kind of
it's the ending of Godfather 2 that elevates that movie, between him taking out all of his enemies and Fredo getting taken out, and especially him finding out that his wife had an abortion. Because that, to me, is one of the best scenes of acting Pacino's ever done. When she breaks down and says, "Jesus, Michael, how blind are you? I didn't lose the baby." And you could just see his eyes starting to change, and before he explodes and and slaps her and shit. That's the reason why Godfather 2 is so good, is the ending. But I agree with you. There's a lot of... It's not as tedious as Godfather 3.
I guarantee you I'll watch it and I'll love it, the third one.
Well, no. See, Godfather 3, again, I think that movie doesn't deserve the shit that it gets.
Exactly.
Okay? But that being said, there's a lot of the same problems with 3 as there was with 2. Instead of him dealing with Havana gangsters and trying to legalize, and the government trying to legalize casinos, he's dealing with the Vatican trying to go straight, so he figures if he makes this big deal with the Vatican, suddenly he'll be accepted as a legitimate business and this, that, and the other. And like in the other, his family's fucking up, so he gets kind of yanked back into it.
Yeah.
That movie, same thing. It needed a much better edit at the time. Since it's come out with the Michael Corleone cut or whatever the hell they call it. The Coda. It's much better. It's much better.
However, with the third film, Andy Garcia is fucking amazing in that movie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I said that on another podcast recently, and people were arguing with me left and right.
That was on mine,
saying that he was the weakest part, and I was like, or his character. And I was like, I don't care about the character. I said he was electric in that movie. He jumped.
Wasn't it Alan that said that he didn't like
Alan and Carlos? Neither one of them liked him.
Yeah,
and I was like, to me, I think he's the best thing about the third movie.
Yeah.
Although Talia Shire, the claws come out from her too. Seeing Adrian finally fucking have a cannoli. She's an evil bitch.
And then the last one is, of course, Taxi Driver.
That's a good movie, but again, I put it in the same category as Mean Streets when I came in. It's a movie that I respect more than I will.
Sorry, guys,
I don't own Taxi Driver. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I can hear his music.
Hello.
Right, let's go back to some comments. Carlos says, guys, in your opinion, the most overrated director and most underrated director, and why? Overrated for me is easy, Ridley Scott. I think he's more, for me, style over substance. He's a very stylistic director. The films he makes look good. They have a lot of things going well against them. Just a lot of them, especially the older ones, are very slow and not as easy to get into. So that would be why I think he's the most overrated director for me. Even his newer stuff, a lot of them are just too long and not very good. And there are some people will agree, there are a lot of his newer films just don't stand up as his older ones do. I mean, you just got to look at the 90s. He didn't do a lot of good stuff in the 90s. It was there was a few, but there's just a lot of mediocre stuff, really. And then underrated. I'll go with my favorite director, Zemeckis, because he gets a lot of flack for a lot of his newer stuff. But I mean, I'll just say go watch Flight and go watch Allied, because they're both incredible films. And then you just got to go back to the Future, Roger Rabbit.
Oh
Forrest
no,
Gump.
Zemeckis, you go to the beginning of his career.
Yeah,
the first
exactly.
15 years of his career, and it's just banger after banger after
There's no
banger,
bad film.
banger,
Yeah.
banger.
All the way through, I would say, to the noughties. Even Castaway's good.
Yeah.
And then, yes, he had some misses.
He's
and
had
he
some
has
misses
had
because
quite
he
a lot
got
of
in love with
misses.
technology more than storytelling.
Precisely.
That's the problem I've got with Zemeckis now.
Yeah.
Is that he's in that trap now. And it's like,
But he does, like I say, he comes out every so often with a great film like Flight and Allied, because he doesn't need to use the technology in it. It's just a good film with a good story.
Did you see The Walk?
That's another good one.
I actually really enjoyed that movie. A lot of people, shit on that movie. I thought that movie was pretty damn good.
The CGI's bad, but I also don't mind the remake of The Witches.
I didn't watch that, so
it's not horrible. A lot of people don't like it. I don't think it's horrible. Now, Pinocchio, on the other hand, that's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That was not good. And here, that was his last one. Again, I didn't love it.
It's
but
all
it was
technology.
Okay, but it was
it's
the
just
technology.
The whole thing was about one camera shot the whole time with different things, And again, to me, that's a gimmick movie.
Yeah.
And the last gimmick movie that he made that I liked that a lot of people didn't like was Beowulf back in the day.
Which I haven't seen yet. Yeah.
Because I actually enjoyed that movie for what it is. Okay. And a lot of people didn't. And fair enough. What you like what you like, but Zemeckis, like I said, I loved the first half of his career more than the second half. Let's put it that way. Okay.
It's a shame because obviously he can't get the work anymore because look at he's got
he could actually do whatever he wants, but again, he's more like to a lesser degree Cameron. Okay.
Oh yeah.
More interested in the technological aspect
precisely
of it than the storytelling of it. And if that's what makes them happy, by all means, go for it. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wish there's a part of me that wishes that Jim Cameron would go back and do a movie like True Lies. There's a part of me that wishes that Robert Zemeckis would go back and do a movie like Back to the Future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a remake, but something along those lines of just fun. I mean, but
yeah.
To answer Carlos's question, most overrated, I've gone on record many, many times. I'm not a fan of Wes Anderson. I'm not a fan of Paul Thomas Anderson, although I loved One Battle After Another, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And I won't say that I don't like, but I think they're kind of overrated. The Coens. I like them when they're kind of like Terry Gilliam. When he hits with me, or when they hit with me, they hit with me. They're great. But there's an awful lot of movies that people like from them that I'm just like scratching my head going.
I'll be honest, they've done 2 great films. The rest are pretty good to good. The 2 greats are Fargo and Big Lebowski. Those are their 2 great films, I think. There's others that are good, but not on the same level as great. I don't think any of their other films.
No Country for Old Men to me is
okay. Yeah,
other than the last scene, okay, of No Country for Old Men, where Tommy Lee Jones and his wife are sitting there.
Just cut
that last 2 minutes of the movie off, and to me, that movie's a fucking masterpiece. Okay, but I can see why But I agree with the other 2, especially Lebowski. That movie grew on me big time. I didn't like it. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. And now, I quote that movie all the time. So, underrated director, real quick. You mentioned Ridley Scott as being overrated. How about Tony Scott being underrated? Because I think he is underrated. But as far as live ones go, I've always been a big fan of journeyman directors. So I'll mention a guy that I have mentioned a lot of his movies before, and Pete will know exactly who I'm talking about once I mention his name. Peter Hyams. See? If you don't know who Peter Hyams is, how about Capricorn 1, Outland, Running Scared, Time Cop, The Relic, Stay Tuned. I know I'm missing. 2010. I mean, this guy, he's made some great fucking movies. And he's one of those guys that most people don't even know his name, but they've seen his movies.
I'll tell you another one, underrated, Walter Hill.
Walter Hill is one of my top 10 directors of all time.
Yeah.
But to me, he's not underrated. He's a legend. He really, he might be underrated in Europe. He's still a legend over here in the States.
Yeah.
Underrated directors and overrated directors. Overrated directors, and I'm going to say this, and I'm a massive fan of this person's movies, like huge fan. But overrated directors, Quentin Tarantino is an overrated director.
He's a better writer than director. I'll give you that.
He is. He's a much better writer. If he was a correctly rated director, he wouldn't have shot an entire movie indoors using 70mm. Like,
you know what? Those opening shots are beautiful.
I know. But to use 70mm like CinemaScope, like cameras and lenses, and then shoot an entire movie, 90% of it indoors, is a ridiculous idea. I love Tarantino movies. I most of my knowledge of films comes from when I was younger and I started watching his movies, and I found like exploitation movies and stuff like that. So that's where all that comes from. But I've always said him directing someone else's script will show how weak of a director he is. So he directs his scripts perfectly. Because he's written them. When he's writing them, he's visualizing how it is, how it's going to play out on screen. But if he's not written the script and he's directing it, which he's never done, but I'm just saying, if he ever gets to a point where he directs someone else's script, it'll show that he is not as good as people think he is.
And I'd love to see the alternate universe where he directed True Romance. I just would like to see how different it would have been. As much as I love, because I can't imagine it being any better than the Tony Scott version. Let's put it that way. The only thing I can really imagine being different is maybe a couple of music cues, But
yeah, I think at that point in 1993, I think Tony Scott had. Obviously, he had previous movies before True Romance, but I think if you look at the way that Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and Jackie Brown is shot and blocked, there is a vast difference in quality of how Tony Scott would shoot the movie. Like, Tony Scott came from music video directing, same as Ridley, and doing commercials, TV commercials. So that is where their skills lie, which is why I think out of all the films that Tony Scott has done, I think True Romance is probably the best looking film that he's ever made. Everything from how Detroit looks in the snow, and then how Los Angeles looks in the sun. The contrast is night and day, basically.
I'm going through his films in my brain right now, seeing different shots and stuff. And you're probably right.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone that can shoot a sunset or a sunrise better than Tony Scott. Like, if you watch the opening of Black Rain, which is a Ridley Scott movie, where Michael Douglas drives across the bridge on a motorbike, and in the background you've got the sun rising in New York. Now, I want to know whether or not he directed that opening scene or if it was Tony, because it quintessential Tony Scott sunrise. Yeah,
maybe that was his homage to his brother.
Yeah,
who knows?
So that's my thing. Overrated.
As far as I know, the two of them were very tight. So
underrated. I think underrated directors. Like you've spoken about Tony Scott. Underrated directors. I'll tell you who I think is also massively overrated. Eli Roth. Fucking awful filmmaker.
Yeah, I don't know. To be overrated, you have to be considered to be really, really good. And I don't know too many people
you have
that
to be
put
overrated.
Eli
You
Roth
have to be considered.
there,
You have to be considered to be given a budget.
I mean, Eli Roth, I think, is held in a higher regard than, say, Rob Zombie.
Yeah. I think Wes Craven was probably underrated.
See, that's the other guy. Okay, I love Craven. I put him and Cronenberg in the same boat. When they're good, they're fucking great. When they're not good, they're fucking terrible. Because
but that's the thing. I think with Wes Craven coming from like Last House on the Left, and then
Hills Have Eyes,
and then like going from Hills Have Eyes and Hills Have Eyes 2, a film he didn't want to do, but he's contractually obliged to do, and then making A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Well, Elm Street actually came out before Hills Have Eyes 2, because that was why he had to make that, because he was Deadly Friend was the one that came out after Hills Have Eyes. That's the one with Ernest Borgnine and Sharon Stone and the crazy Quaker cult or whatever.
Yeah.
But Nightmare on Elm Street, that's to me his pinnacle. Okay.
See, I disagree.
And again, that might have something to do with my experience with it, because I don't know if I told you this story. I know I've told Ollie this story. When I was working at the theater at the time, we would put the movies together on Thursday nights, okay, because they would open on Fridays, obviously. And I snuck in after work, after the place closed, and watched A Nightmare on Elm Street by myself after hours in that theater alone. And to this day, it was the freakiest but most satisfying theatrical experience of my life. Because when the movie was over, I had to go downstairs and turn the goddamn boiler off. And that just added a whole new level of terror to. But as a 16-year-old, that was the last time that I was truly frightened by watching a movie. And a lot of it had to do with the circumstances that I saw it in, I know. Okay. But Elm Street to me is a perfect slasher movie, up until that last shot where Mom gets pulled through the door.
I completely understand where you're coming from. But for me, the reason I said I disagree with it being like the pinnacle of Wes Craven is because Wes Craven had a lot of movies post.
Believe me, I know.
Nightmare on Elm Street, but that have become cult movies, but are actually really good movies. Like People Under the Stairs.
People Under the Stairs is great.
Creepy as hell.
Serpent in the Rainbow is a great
Serpent
movie.
in the Rainbow. Yeah.
I even like
New Nightmare. A massive meta commentary on horror movies in 1994, and then he did it again. And the reason I said I disagreed with you at the pinnacle is because I think the first Scream is a masterclass of suspense storytelling.
I agree, but he didn't write Scream.
He didn't.
He wrote Nightmare on Elm Street. And that's why I said, to me, that's the pinnacle. Because
fair.
From a standpoint of him coming up and just with his idea and bringing it to execution, to me, he was chasing that Freddy magic for the rest of his career.
I think with Scream at the time that came out, I'm not to disregard Nightmare on Elm Street at all, but that came out after Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah. That was
Halloween.
In the middle of all the
there hadn't been slasher movies until 1996. When that movie came out.
Scream not only reinvigorated the horror genre in general, it definitely reinvigorated the slasher movie, because there were no slasher movies at that point. You're absolutely right. And once that movie came out, just like Tarantino when Pulp Fiction came out, for the next 5 to 10 years, it's nothing but clones of Scream. And they all star actors from the WB. And they all have these self-aware moments, and they all have these slick production values, and not too much gore, not too much titties, but hey, that guy from TV, and hey, wasn't that a funny line, sort of thing. And that's why I don't like any of those movies. I just don't.
There's some that have been pretty good. It's like the first I Know What You Did Last Summer was pretty good. And then some of the remakes of certain things, not The Fog. The Fog was fucking awful. But, the sad thing about
remake was actually entertaining. I was surprised by that one.
The sad thing about Wes Craven's career is the fact that I believe the last film that he made was a teen slasher film that he wrote himself, and it's not Scream 4. I'm going to double check this. I think it's...
Was it My Soul to Take? Because didn't that come out before? Didn't that come out before?
I think it came out... I think it was the last film that he wrote.
That movie's terrible, because that was him trying to get another Freddy Krueger thing going.
Yeah.
After Shocker didn't work, because he tried to do that with Shocker as well. And Shocker is a ridiculous movie, okay? But it's entertaining as hell. And it knows it's a ridiculous movie. Everybody who hates Shocker, they hate it because they take it seriously.
Who takes Shocker seriously?
Some people do, and especially when it first came out.
It's just a comedy. Violent, stay tuned.
It's a fucking... The last 20 minutes of that movie is literally a cartoon. I mean, it is. It's a cartoon.
Yeah. So I think with My Soul to Take, the biggest issue I had with that film was that it was a man in his mid-70s writing a teen slasher film.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. It didn't work. But yeah, I mean, I love Wes Craven movies. There's other filmmakers I could have chosen as like underrated, like Robert Rodriguez. I think is massively underrated, but then he has churned out shit. Wes Craven is underrated, but he's turned out crap. But yeah, there we go. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, he's like, it's shit. Let's move on.
Carlos says, Pete, The Sopranos is a must if you like Goodfellas and analyze this.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's told me to watch it.
Yeah, me too. I'm in that club as well.
It's a good show. Just the first episode, you'll be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Why is this guy flipping out about ducks in his pool? Trust me. Stick with it for like 2 or 3 episodes, and once it starts going, it's one of those shows that it's so good.
Yeah. Sai says, my old DVD version of Once Upon a Time in America had a 30-minute interval in the middle of the film.
It does.
Yeah. It's like 4 hours, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Most overrated director for me is Scorsese.
Oh.
He's made 4 good films. I'm just not a fan. Well, fair enough. I can't agree with that, but
I can't agree with that at all.
No.
I will say that I'm not such a fan that every movie that he makes, I think, is just a great classic that is misunderstood. No, Scorsese's made a lot of shit as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He has. Yeah. And he said, underrated is Jim Cummings, Thunder Road, and Beta Test are some decent films. I've not seen a film that he's directed, but I did watch Last Stop in Yuma County, which is phenomenal if you haven't seen it. And he's basically the lead in that. And that's just a phenomenal film. Like, yeah, recommend that one. But yeah. Right. That's all the comments. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to finish the stream off with our physical media recommendations and call it a night, because I've decided after all this talk, I actually want to try and watch some of Heat. I am going to put the 4K on, so I want to see how much I can watch of it before falling asleep. So yeah, I'll go through mine quickly, my 3. I've kind of stuck to a theme of 80s this week. So I've gone with Better Off Dead, which is one of the best John Cusack sort of teen comedies of the 80s.
$2. I want my $2.
Exactly. just such a funny film.
Sorry, Joey. My grandmother dropped acid and she freaked out and kidnapped a school bus full of nuns. So I don't even have a dime. Don't want a dime. $2. Cash.
And I will say Diane Franklin redeemed herself for me in that film.
She
Just
is so fucking adorable in that movie. Is the French girl?
Yeah. And then Night Shift.
Great movie.
Which Michael Keaton got his break with this.
Yep.
Really fun film.
Big fan of that movie.
And then last, I went for Jim. I went for a Cannon film.
Yeah.
Runaway Train.
Awesome movie. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome
fucking a lot of fun. So those are my three. Pete, what have you got?
All right. So I had 5, but I'm going to go through 3 of them.
Okay.
Because we were talking about it earlier, Man on Fire.
Yes, good choice.
Because I started watching the Netflix show.
Right.
And I don't understand why they've copied this.
Is it this exact same?
No.
Well, it's in Brazil instead of Mexico now.
And the girl's like a teenager or something.
Yeah. So
right.
it feels like this. I mean, it's good, but then the movie's phenomenal.
Just watch the film, yeah.
I got like halfway through the 4th episode and just went, I'm just going to watch the movie instead.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I went with that one, Man on Fire. A really cool film that no one ever talks about. It's a Canadian movie called Pontypool, which is it's a zombie movie. All of it is set in a radio station. And the zombie virus is passed via the uses by certain words in the English language. Wow. It's very clever. It's Bruce McDonald. I think it's Bruce McDonald who directed it, who's like an indie director in like the 80s and early 90s. But he's done this movie called Pontypool. It's set in Pontypool, not in the UK or Wales, but actually in Canada. It stars Stephen McHattie as a DJ, and it's phenomenal. It's so tense. It's set during a snowstorm as well, all set in this radio station about how this zombie virus is starting to take over this small town. It's based on a novel as well, which apparently is really, really good, and there's a sequel to the novel. And he was going to make a sequel to this, but never got around to it. But yeah, if you've never seen it, Pontypool, great movie.
Yeah, I never heard of that one. I'm going to write that
No,
one.
not either.
And hear me out on this, because I know a lot of people dislike this movie. Terminator Salvation.
Okay.
So, good night, everybody.
Jim's gone.
This is the 3rd best Terminator movie.
Oh no, Dark Fate.
I only like 2 Terminator movies. So
the reason why I think this is the 3rd best Terminator movie is because every other Terminator film after Terminator 2, not including this one, follows the same plot as the previous 2 movies, which is the
robots and from the future
Terminator trying to kill John Connor, or trying, like in Dark Fate, trying to kill the girl because they sent someone back in time to just randomly take out John Connor. Fucking bullshit. Genesis doesn't exist because it's shit.
Yeah.
The reason I chose this is because, and it's a McG movie, and we know McG sucks. However,
a lot.
They tried something different.
Masterpiece.
They tried something different with this movie. Christian Bale thinks he's on something completely different. But the mix of practical effects, CGI, the music, and the cinematography on this, it's basically a Mad Max movie with Terminators in it. And I think it's wicked. I think it gets unfairly smashed because it's not a Terminator movie with a Terminator played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though there's like a CGI one at the end. But I think the look of this movie is massively underrated. The film is action-packed. The CGI is amazing. The practical effects are amazing. Yeah, there we go. That's my 3.
That's the last Terminator movie I've seen. I didn't watch Genesis or Dark Fate. That That movie destroyed the franchise for me.
I think Terminator 3.
I didn't like Terminator 3 either.
Terminator 3 has a good action sequence in it, but doesn't make up for the rest of the movie, which is it has a good ending as well.
Yeah. Again, the only two Terminator movies I own are the first two, because to me,
I own them all.
Yeah, those two are the only two I'll watch. Okay, so Ollie can get out of here. These are just 3 that I've recently added. This one I found at a shop that I just discovered down the street. It only cost me $5. I had the DVD, but I decided to upgrade it. Cheap Thrills, which I know, Ollie, you said that you've got the DVD, but you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Highly recommend this movie. Very simple plot. 2 guys run into each other. They went to high school. They hadn't seen each other in years. They decided to go inside a bar, have a drink, and they run into a married couple that are having their anniversary. They strike up a conversation, and pretty soon the married couple's like, "Hey, I'll give you $20 if you go over there and pinch that waitress's ass. Hey, I'll give you $100 if you go over there and slap the bartender. Hey, I'll give you $1,000 if you start a fight with that bouncer." And it just goes from there. And by the end of the night, let's just say this movie gets dark very quickly, but it's very good. The other 2 are Kino releases that I just got last week. This one is just a classic. I just watched this one the other night, part of the new watches from 1972, The Mechanic, with Charles Bronson, Jan Michael Vincent, and Keenan Wynn, and directed by the infamous Michael Winner. Who also
underrated director Michael Winner.
Yeah, but then I watched The Sentinel, and he directed that. And God, that movie's a slog. But as soon as I saw the abundance of tits in it, I was like, yeah, this is definitely a Michael
Wasn't
Winner
he, because I watched the Cannon documentary, wasn't he like, he's a dick, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's
like,
a dick. He treated women like shit. And yeah, he had Marina Sirtis lay there with her top off and freezing cold and wouldn't let anybody cover her up and this and that. Yeah, but whatever. Made some great movies though. But this one I discovered on video way back in the 90s, and nobody knows this movie or talks about this movie, and Kino just put this out, and I was so happy. K2. Michael Biehn, yes, and Matt Craven. This is a awesome mountain climbing type movie, like Everest or the Eiger Sanction, whatever. But this is not an action movie. This is a drama, okay? But in 4K, or it's a 4K scan, this thing looks beautiful. I had only seen this on videotape, VHS back in the day. Watching this Blu-ray on my TV the other day was a revelation. Absolutely gorgeous movie. So check out K2 if you've never seen it. It's a really solid thriller from the 90s. And that's what I got.
Very nice indeed. Nice way to wrap the stream up there, Jim.
Thank you, sir.
So, we'll call it a night there. Thank you everyone for watching, whoever's still watching now, and for sending in your comments. And thanks to Pete and Jim for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, wasn't quite sure how it was going to go, because originally it was supposed to be me, Kenny, and Alan. And then Alan had to drop out this morning because he had to cover for someone at work. And then an hour before the stream, Kenny had to drop out. So it's like, oh shit, what do I do? But I invited Jim a bit earlier because Alan had dropped out. And then Kenny dropped out. I thought, well, I need to get someone else. So I thought, I'll ask Pete. So it works out all right, though. So
call the monkey boy. Pedro's Monkey Circus. I like that.
But we've got Jody back next week. Jody's not been on a while, so Jody will be back next week. Awesome. And Andy will be back next week, and hopefully Kenny will be back next week as well. So
me and Pete fuck off again.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how many people is that?
That would be what, 5, 6, 7.
Because you can only get 6 on the stream anyway.
No,
so it all depends.
I'm just messing with you. That's
with you. Oh no, that'd be 6. So technically, you could both technically come on, because that would be 6. So
I'm back in work.
I have no idea if I'll even be available. So today just kind of worked out. So
yeah, well,
I'm on holiday for a week. So
hey, good for you, man.
Nice,
Enjoy. But thanks as always for having me.
Thanks for joining, guys.
make sure when you sign off today, you end the stream. You don't just fuck off like
It's because I was on a different. It was because I was on a different thing. So I just saw a big red button, and it just took me out of it. And then by the time I got back in, everyone had left,
Yeah,
but the stream was still going.
You're like, bye, and I look up and I still see the live.
Yeah.
Going. I'm like, he's fucking gone.
Yeah. Oh well, I won't do that this week though. But yeah, thanks everyone again for watching, and until next week, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.